Whoops. Sorry about that. Hey, it's me again. So just a minute ago, I just finished a video about the Tornados, and I was lamenting the absence of the H and X platforms here. But what there are several of is the later, like close to 88 cars, and I think there may even be a couple of like 83 to 82 to 88 front-wheel drives. I'm not for sure. Maybe one or two, but let's take a look. Now, I'll be honest, I really don't have a clue. I'll bet that's an Aurora, just right. So, and they played around a bit with the logo. You can tell it's an Aurora, an Oldsmobile Aurora by that logo. This is kind of an odd duck here. This pace car is a 90 car, but that's even legs on it for a while. And everybody says, oh, cars today look all the same. But I mean, you know, if you look around, if you look at the A bodies, you look at the G bodies, they were all pretty generic. This one here might be a car with a sunroof. Oh yeah, let's get down here a little bit past these G-Bys and throw a curveball at you. So I think it was in the, I don't remember if it was in the 80s when they started doing it. Oldsmobile had the Bravada, was based off of the S10 platform. I think that's what this is. That's a very well kept car right here. And of course,
can I give you any more information on this?
If you want to be, we're live right now. If you want to get on camera.
Oh yeah, well, whatever. You know.
All right.
It's been to all the lower 48.
Yeah.
Plus Ontario. We've gone from the big bridge across in around the north side of Lake Superior, come out in Minnesota.
Yeah.
And we've also been up in British Columbia.
Wow.
We're hoping to potentially get to Alaska this
wow.
year.
Yeah. That'd be fun.
And that should be good. Originally, I bought this for my mother. She was 82. She picked it out of a group of 3 that she drove. She said, this is the one I wanted. She drove it till she was 88. And the rest of it became somewhat history. I think it presents pretty well.
It does. I didn't look at the miles on.
Look inside here, you can maybe take a bit of a look. Check out the leather, the carpeting, and the rest of that. And there's my specific car-related stuff to this vehicle. And then we'll just we'll press a button over here, and you can take a look at the odometer.
Oh yeah.
She looks pretty well, I think, for 200 and almost.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe there's an extra number on there.
39,000 miles, and then if you come to the back, you see the general Oldsmobile memorabilia. I don't believe I have ever seen another Ryder Cup at the Belfry golf bag. That was part of a promotion in 2001 by Oldsmobile.
That's interesting. And I don't know if you saw the 29 over there. It's got a golf bag sitting next to it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And this is the brochure. The other ones are 2001, and then, of course, the 2002 Bravada, which was all new, a total new design, and came out in the fall of '01. And if you bought one of those vehicles, you got a little postcard. If you filled it out, they would send you, and here is the cardboard container that they sent it in from the factory with the Oldsmobile to my door, and this is only the 4th time it's been out of the box, and it's never been out of the plastic. So, but the rest of the story is that in 2001, of course, 9/11 happened.
All right.
As a result of that, the Ryder Cup matches were canceled. And so all of the promotional value went down the tubes because there was no television, there was no blah, blah, blah. And so that's kind of an interesting thing. They did not resume Ryder Cup until 2004. And of course, Ryder Cup happens every 2 years. Previously, that had been in odd years, and now it's all in even years. So that's kind of a side kind of a deal, but she has been to the Route 66 Fun Run, which takes place in Arizona the first weekend in May. Arizona has the longest contiguous piece of Route 66 in the United States. So they draw somewhere between 700 and 800 cars officially registered. You get the license plate and that type of thing that indicates what your number was as you signed up for it, and so on and so forth. But in addition to the official cars, there's probably in the neighborhood of another 500 to 600 who don't register. It is just a fun thing, and I mean, it is wall-to-wall vehicles, and really quite a sight to behold. So these came from the factory with air suspension. So over in here, I will open this up. We actually have our air hose, and we have all of the implements of filling up your little beach balls, basketballs, air mattresses, and the rest of that. Plus, the hose is long enough to do all the tires on this car, and it's operated by a switch over here, so the engine does not have to be running. However, living in Arizona, what you do find out is that it will stop if the pump gets too warm. And then it has to cool down and so on. But these were all set up for towing. So you have this hitch. Over here you have all the electrical outlets. And this has the optional 410 rear end, so it will tow 7,000 pounds. The one with the standard 373 rear ends will tow 6,200. So
it's no slouch, man.
This is an inline 6, and it is basically designed as a truck motor. It's a relatively flat torque curve, 270 horsepower, 275 pound-feet of torque. And with this new design that debuted in the end of 2001, but was a 2002 model, this actually has a hydroform frame, whereas the previous Bravadas were unibody construction, and they were a much smaller vehicle. There's a lot more utility in these than there were in the previous models. Now in 2002, they made just a little over 30,000. In 2003, a little over 8,000. And in 2004, just a smidge over 3,000. So it turns out this is a lot rarer than most vehicles that you might think, based on the modernity of it. So, but you have the option of the big end gate. Well, the truth of the matter is this has to be closed. Hold on a minute. And I'll do that. If we close that, then we can open this. But the utility is such that if you fold down the seats, they will fold down flat. You can actually carry an 8-foot stepladder in here, and with everything closed up.
Nice.
So yes, it's quite util. I don't know whether you can see the electric lines in the rear. That is for keeping the heat up and keeping things out of there. What you find over here is you can't see it so well here, but there
Oh,
are
yeah.
lines in here.
For us, the quarter wheel. Nice.
Nope. This
No,
is
it's not.
actually radio.
Oh, sure. Okay.
It's in the rear windows on that side and on this side. This particular thing here is the digital antenna for OnStar.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
These came with analog, but I want to say it was in 2007 or so. They were upgrading the system to digital, and you could go in and for I believe it cost me $19.
Oh, geez.
They put in a different antenna and changed the module and everything else and so on. So it was a great deal.
Yeah.
I have subsequently bought another one about 3+ years ago, and found out I was about a year too late to try to get the conversion. That does not happen anymore. So it's really a nice thing to have on a trip. It can give you medical assistance, emergency road assistance of other types. If you go for their packages, OnStar allows you hands-free calling, reservations, and yada yada yada. But the real cool thing is, as you might get things that pop up in the little window on the driver's side of the dash that say, low pressure, something too fast, this is too warm, whatever. You press the little OnStar button and you say, OnStar, will you do a diagnostic for me and let me know what's going on? This is what I see. Can you tell me? Blah, 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 blah. And I've did that on numerous occasions. But the coolest thing is that I was actually on a piece of interstate. I want to say it's Interstate 15. It cuts through the northwest corner of Arizona from Nevada, and it's not accessible to anything. There's a little state park that I was in, and I somehow managed to get outside.
Oh no.
Lock the doors with the motor running, but I was able to actually, because OnStar is satellite, I was able to find someone else with a cell phone, and I had in my wallet the information for OnStar. I called them, they verified who I was, and they unlocked the doors. And I was like, this is totally awesome.
Yep.
Well worth the subscription price. So, one of the extras is running boards. They were a dealer installed option. They do two things for us older folks and people who are somewhat challenged. It gives you an extra step in order to get in, but it also helps protect actually the door area and the rocker panels. Yep. That turns out to be a real benefit. So, but you have roof racks, and these are movable. You have to open it on both sides and then move it wherever. You can actually haul up to 200 pounds total on the roof racks. I have never taken the opportunity to utilize that. They are located currently in the most drag-free positions. The rear one all the way to the back, and essentially this one over the C-pillar.
Yep.
So that's kind of, what goes on. This has a moonroof.
Oh, sure, yeah.
As a result of having the moonroof, it is not allowed to have one of the other options, which was actually the fold-down video for the rear seat passengers. This does, though, have rear seat headphone, individual jacks for each side for radio controls, and they can have different radio station back here than is in the front. In addition, there are cup holders, and we also have not a separate air conditioning system, but we have separate fan controls back here that allow us to cool this area very nicely or heat it up. And depending on which buttons you push, you can have it up You can have it to the floor for heating, or you can have a little above. Not find the same features that this thing had in 2002. This has the split climate control in the front. It has 8-way power adjust seats with lumbar.
Yeah.
And it is just absolutely a dream. And I have driven it when it was new, basically, with my mother in the shotgun seat. and of course, I have the AC cranked down to 70 degrees, and she has her side cranked up to 80.
Yeah.
And we are both very comfortable traveling. So that is what's going on. Thank you for taking the opportunity to stop by. We hope that we will get her to Alaska, perhaps in August.
Yeah, that sounds like definitely a trip for sure.
Yes, it will be. But I'm always loving the adventure. So just a little look-see. But as she sits right now, she has 238,585 miles.
Wow. Yeah, it's clean for that.
So, yeah.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
I'm Tom, by the way.
Chris.
Yep. Cool. Is that going to be on YouTube?
Yep, it's on there right now. So
You're kidding.
we're going live. Yeah, we're going live on there right now. So
Oh, awesome.
there's nobody watching right now, but it'll be up there. So.
Oldspower.com.
Yep.
Okay. All I have to do is do that, and then I'll be able to pull it in.
Yep.
Oh, that's tremendous. Well, thanks, Chris.
Yep, no problem.
Yeah.
What was there was a Chevy and a Pontiac version of this, I think, was like the Venture and the Montana or some garbage like that. And, what do you guys say? It's a minivan, right? I mean, here again, another Bravada. Very similar to the other one. This one being a 04, so this was in the last year of them. I think Oldsmobile, but so this is a 93. Okay. So this was still, if I remember right, let me look at this again. Is this still a Cutlass? 100. I'm trying to remember if 93. I don't think that would have been a Chinese main engine. I don't think it was. But by this time, Oldsmobile had kind of shed any semblance of performance, really. There you go. This guy's a 1990, so this is, styling-wise, that makes perfect sense. This is also, what is this? Okay, so this is an 88, so this was they carried that name from the B-bodies, but I don't know, I do not think this was considered a B-body. Here again, see, that's a 94. That's a convertible, though. Let's see, there's a lot of room under there. They could have fit a bit, you want to call it. I mean, they were focusing more basically from down there, except with the top down, so yeah. .4s, you had 3.8s, 3.1, 3.5. It's like Did I lose it? Nope. Okay, cool. Phone rang. I thought I had my DND turned on. I will fix that as soon as I'm done here. So there we have it. I think there's a couple more. Kind of came full circle here. Now, one thing I'm not going to do is even try to run down all these 68, 72 A bodies, because that's probably 2/3 of what's here, and it would take like an entire day. So there's just too many to even consider. All right, so I guess we're back. Last models of Oldsmobiles that were ever made. There's a few of those here. Like I said, it's unfortunate that there's no X and H here. I'd love to see some Starfires and some Omegas. What are you gonna do? I think next thing I'm gonna do, we're gonna look at some of the 73 to 70.